Why is it that the person who never texts back, the one who makes you feel invisible, the one who gives you just enough to keep you holding on, is the exact person you cannot stop thinking about? And the one who actually loves you feels boring? If that hit differently, stay, because what I'm about to tell you will change how you see every relationship you have ever had. This is not about weakness, and this is not about low self-esteem. This is about your brain, and a system so ancient and so powerful that it completely hijacks your logic. Most people believe attraction is about connection, about chemistry, about compatibility, but science suggests something very different. The person who makes you work for their attention is not attractive despite being unavailable. They become attractive because of it. Here's what's actually happening inside your brain. There's a system called the variable reward system, first discovered by psychologist B.F. Skinner. He ran an experiment with 3 groups of rats. One group received food every time they pressed a lever, one group never received food, and the third group received food randomly, sometimes yes, sometimes no, with no predictable pattern. Which group pressed the lever the most obsessively? It was the third group every time. And here's the unsettling part. That is exactly what an emotionally unavailable person does to your brain. Sometimes they're warm, sometimes they're distant, sometimes they pull you close and then disappear for days. Your brain does not simply become frustrated, it becomes addicted, because uncertainty does not reduce desire, uncertainty intensifies it. Think about the last time someone like this appeared in your life. Maybe it was a partner, maybe a situationship, maybe someone you dated briefly but thought about for years. Remember how one small message from them could completely change your entire day? You would analyze every word, every punctuation mark. He said, okay, not okay with an exclamation mark. What does that mean? And when they finally gave you real attention, it felt like the most powerful feeling imaginable. That sensation is not love. That is dopamine flooding your brain after a period of emotional withdrawal. Your brain literally cannot distinguish between romantic obsession and addiction. The neural pathways are nearly identical, which means you were never weak and you were never foolish. You were chemically dependent on someone who was never fully present. And the cruelest part is that the emotionally available person, the one who shows up, communicates clearly, and genuinely cares about you, can feel strangely flat, as if something is missing, because your brain has been conditioned to crave the chase. Stability can begin to feel like boredom when your mind has become addicted to unpredictability. Psychologists call this intermittent reinforcement, and it is the same psychological mechanism used in slot machines, social media platforms, and abusive relationships. The random reward does not just build habit, it creates the strongest habit possible, one that is extremely difficult to break through willpower alone, because willpower lives in the prefrontal cortex, the logical part of your brain. But this addiction lives in the limbic system, the emotional brain. And when logic and emotion compete, emotion almost always wins. This is why you knew they weren't good for you. You told yourself to move on. Your friends told you the same thing. You even made lists of their flaws. And still, at 2 in the morning, you found yourself opening their profile and checking their activity. That is not a character flaw. That's neuroscience. But here's what almost nobody explains. The addiction is not really to them. It's to the version of them you created inside your mind. Every time they disappeared, your imagination filled the silence. You constructed an entire person out of their absence. You gave them depth they never demonstrated, meaning they never expressed, and potential they never proved. You fell in love with someone who largely existed in your own imagination. And that imagined person was extraordinary because you are capable of extraordinary depth. You took someone emotionally unavailable and turned them into the center of your greatest love story. The depth was never truly theirs. It was always yours. So the real question is not why they behave this way. The real question is why your nervous system chooses emotional unavailability over safety. Why your body sometimes resists someone who is consistent, supportive, and kind? The answer reaches far deeper than this single relationship. It goes back to the very first place where your mind learned what love was supposed to feel like. And that is exactly what we will explore in the next video. Because until you understand how your nervous system was wired, you will continue meeting different people with different faces, but the exact same pattern of unavailability. Subscribe, because next time we go to the root.